Okay, now good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to talk about CAPM. I have no idea why it says it's on video, but let me check. Yep, so today we are going to talk about CAPM. So we have agreed that this is the equation for CAPM, which can be proved mathematically as well. And then we can see that beta is the sensitivity of asset I to the market. So it tells you how sensitive is asset I to the market, right? So I can tell you that the security market line just tells you, again, it tells you the relationship of CAPM, or the relationship that the asset I will have with, with the beta, right? So there are two types of of the security market line. You can use the one which has a beta over here, or you can have the one which has the covariance. Either one would be fine, right? If I were to use this one of beta here, so you know that if the beta is going to be equals to 1, then you would agree that this asset would be would be the market portfolio over here. And if on the other side where I use the covariance, you would agree that if I were to use the covariance and the covariance is the market portfolio, it give you the market risk, then we are on the market. So basically, when more risk increases, so will your return. If the asset is more volatile, or if it moves or if it is moved by the market a lot, then that means that asset will have to increase its value as well. If beta increase, so should the returns, right? So that is what this equation tells you. So when we look at the security market line, if you are therefore an investor, if you want to have more return, it means that you will have to increase your sensitivity to the market. You would be more aggressive. So it means that you want to invest more on this side of the graph, right? So meaning that you are going to get the higher returns. The more you go up, the higher the return. But if you are risk averse, or if you don't want to be more aggressive, you are going to invest more on the left side of the graph. So you are more risk averse. It means that your return would be a little bit lower, right? So that is the two types of investors, right? Sometimes it happens that the value of the portfolio or the asset, it is not perfectly on the line where it should be, by the way. If it is not, let's say we are thinking of A, if A is above the line, or let's say you have another asset which is B, which is below the line, it means that this asset has beat our system. So it means that this asset has overperformed. And if it's below, it means that our system has beat it. So it means that it is underperforming. And usually this underperformance and overperformance is measured by the Jensen's index. As you can see, this J over here is what we call the Jensen's index. As you can see, this is just our general CAPM equation with the Jensen's index, right? So any asset, again, if you were to put all your returns here and you calculate what is your value of J, if J is positive, it means that it beats the market. So it is more like A. It is above. So J is positive. Therefore, it is more like A. So J is positive. It's A. It beats the market. So it is overperforming, or maybe you can say it is underpriced, because the price that you are paying does not match the returns that you are getting. The price that you paid give you more return than expected. So you are able to beat the market. If J is less than 0, it means that your asset is underperforming, and or you can say that your asset is overpriced. You are paying more for an asset that gives you less. So it is overpriced. It is underperforming. Overpriced, underperforming. I know it's confusing, but overpriced is underperforming and overperforming is underpriced. And that is measured by the Jensen's index. So if you are an investor and you are able to find two types of asset, either you can see that both A and B are mispriced. Hence, we introduced the idea of arbitrage, right? So if an asset is expensive, if an asset is expensive, it means that you would short sell that asset, right? Because you would be able to keep the excess, you would keep the excess cash with you. If the asset says that there's a person who sell an asset for 5 rand, while the market sells their asset for 4 rand, you can you can ask the person who sell their asset for 5 rand to borrow you the asset which is 5 rand. What am I missing? If the market can buy it for 5 rand, and then you would keep the 5 rand, and then you would be able to return back their asset when it when it went back to its original price. You can buy it back for less price, and then you can return it back to its owner. And then if it gives you less returns, you can short sell that asset again, and then you can sell it in the market, and then when the returns come back, you will be able to give the returns, and you will be able to keep the excess returns because the market would give you a better return. So that is how you would take advantage of arbitrage. And then we say that there is an arbitrage pricing theorem, that all the assets should fall on this equation. So what you need to find is the equilibrium values, lambda 0, lambda 1, lambda 2, or if there are more factors, then you would look for lambda 3, lambda 4, and lambda 5. Basically, all the assets should be on this equilibrium plane. And if there are 2 of them, let's say this is not there, then this would be an equilibrium value. But if it's there, then it is called an equilibrium plane. And if there are more, you can just have your own matrix. You can have like a matrix space. And all the assets should be on that line. And if they're not, then it means that there is a misprice of asset, and therefore arbitrage does exist. And then you will try to think, how can you take advantage of such kind of arbitrage? And this is essentially what we need to learn under CAPM. Of course, there are like pricing for formulas. There's like a lot of other things, but this is essentially what you need to know. Thank you.